We're live.
Oh, there we go. Yep, we're here.
Okay, welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural. Oh, look how tight my arms look. Like that.
I know.
To the inaugural episode of Off Meta Merchants.
We're here.
It's been a long time coming. It's really
absolutely
exciting. It's been, I would argue, like, since maybe the my 5th hour in the game, I've felt a deep
we've got a lot of experience. Got a lot of experience in the field, so you know, we got something to say.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, well, I'm Ryan. I like to think I'm pretty off meta. We'll get into that later, though. You'll hear all about that.
Hi, Ryan.
There's plenty of time here.
I'm John. I'm very I'd agree, generally speaking, that that's one of the main tenets, I'd say, of my how I go about my entire life at this point. But specifically, my approach to League of Legends.
Yeah. More specifically, that's where it all started, at least.
It was a gradual process, and I slowly became more radicalized over time. Definitely.
Yeah, it's gotten bad.
Well, you have your own theories that have radicalized me.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. Sometimes it just keeps me up at night. Like, I'm not gonna give anything away, but things just pop into my mind that probably shouldn't. About strategies in this game.
I think you should just get into it now with the general rundown.
Contrary to what everybody thinks, Talia is a great top laner, and the proof is in the pudding. Try it out. That's just one of them. That's one that I love.
That's one of
another one.
Literally hundreds.
Cinch support. A little less support on this one from a group of friends here. They don't like losing. But it's just because they're not playing around the Cinch support. It's kind of crucial that you do that. But yeah. All right, let's get into the main one.
Oh,
so you guys, this is actually a two-person. This is actually a two-person thing. Ornn-Kench Botlane. Obviously, if you look at the picture, I'm a big Ornn guy. John's you're a Kench guy, right?
Oh yeah, definitely my number one main, like hands down, easily.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us about Ornn-Kench Bot? Give us a rundown.
Okay, generally speaking, the idea is you want to run the bot lane. It's a buddy cop variant, which essentially is another strategy we've developed. It's essentially you want 2 bruisers down there to just really just soak up damage and poke, take advantage of the fact that the ADC role is everyone's trying to say it, that they're supposed to be bot laners. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's I'm going to start getting a little, like, emotional here, or try not to, but, like...
You know what? Yeah. Why don't we circle back to that, actually? Why don't we kind of skipped something here. Why don't we circle back to the whole riots?
Well, that's what I was about to get into.
Manipulating of the meta.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
They want to sell skins, right? How many skins is Lux up to now? Like 12, 15, something like that? And so they set the meta purposefully around these champs to sell the skins that they want to sell.
Yeah.
And so they're like, ooh, Ezreal ADC, ooh, Lux support.
Yeah.
Not happening. Not here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, you know, you look at a fun champ like Rumble. Sure, a little weird, probably hasn't gotten an update since 2011. You just look at some of his skins. He's got Rumble in the jungle. Looks like it came out in 2008 before the game was even out. You know, you just look at these things. Oh yeah, MF, Lux, like they're so good. Why are they so good? It's like Riot
People buy skins. People buy skins. So exactly.
So then you keep playing them. You're like, you know what? I need a skin for this champ. Why don't I just buy the $30 one? That's just, you know, that's just how they pocket that money. They can't have a free game without making everybody buy these skins.
Think of it this way. Think of it this way. Ready? How many skins does Ornn have?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, 2 now. Got 2.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. It's,
that's actually crazy. I remember.
It's right there. Right in your face. Oh, another one. Talia. We were just talking about Talia. Yeah. Talia has 2.
Tahm Kench has a couple. Tahm Kench has like 4 now.
Tahm Kench shows up a couple. I feel like he's a little on the radar just because he's the Kench. He's funny, but they just Riot. It's just disappointing. Everybody's.
I'm not gonna have it. I purposely.
Everybody's just playing. They're playing into Riot's hand here. They're just acting like nothing's going on. They're just looking the other way. Sure.
Well, honestly, I think they're blind to it.
Star Guardian, Morse Fortune, or something. They don't want to hear this.
They haven't. They didn't ever put it together. You and me. It took us years to develop this consciousness, and the sheeple are waking up.
I gotta watch my back. I gotta watch my back when I walk down the street.
I think you should.
Fucking Riot.
They're the worst.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Ornn-Kench Botlane. We could talk about that for hours. We don't have all day here. Ornn-Kench Botlane. There's plenty of variance with that. We usually go double tank. Maybe Kench get a little Rift Maker, go a little AP in there just for a little nip, a little sting. But you just work together. That CC chain is it's a lot.
The double knockup is great.
Actually,
if you want to run some clips right now, I have some clips we can.
Yeah, we'll run them some clips.
Okay, give me a sec here. Let me just pull that up. This should do it. Honestly, I think they're blind to it.
Star Guardian, Morse.
Oh, all right, we're good. I was listening to my own voice on repeat. Okay, here's clip 1. Okay, this is pretty active here. Shoot him as he was going through the. Come here.
Come.
You see right here where it lags? That's. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Keep getting dragged. I think right there, he's not going anywhere. You see that? Right here.
No, I can't.
And
I can't.
And this right here. Let me just back.
What's he gonna do? Shoot at you? What are they gonna do? Attack you?
Can't.
They're just falling into our hand. They're falling into our.
What's the plan here?
We don't.
And this right here is just great. I'm also gonna have to mention that the uploading the stream while streaming the previous stream, very good on the college internet. But that's just bread and butter right there. That's the clip. That's just bread and butter. Yeah, you can't. Do you see that?
It's that simple. It's just fundamentals. EDCs again.
What is she gonna do? That's a Vayne, by the way, who's explicitly designed to counter people like us.
Yeah.
Tank Buster.
Doesn't matter.
What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Again,
it's made up.
Just skins. That's all it is.
How many skins does Vayne have? 10 probably.
I'd like to know. More importantly, it's just all about buying RP, isn't it? And
that's all it's ever been about. This clip was insane, actually. I've never seen this many lines on the screen.
Oh, is this the mid lane?
That's just. They can't move, man. They can't move.
Towers there? Who cares?
Not us. Not exactly.
Yeah.
They got the double armor rune. You're set. And this was another one that was just really. Let's see.
Just another sound play.
I'm getting away here on 40 health because I can. You understand?
Yeah, because you can.
I have the bulk required.
You're like, oh, ADCs have an early game advantage. Watch the clip. That's simple.
That actually, I would argue, a disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding.
It's right here. I think it's the Ziggs was who we were trying to combat, but
yeah, absolutely. He had another thing coming.
Okay. We're level 4.
He was like, oh yeah, they're both low.
We're pretty low here.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even realize how low we were. The exhaustion also was great. Do you want to talk about the summer spells? That's a whole other thing.
So, I had an epiphany recently. Like, run flash.
That's just great.
You know what that is? It's meta, and I'm not here for it. I'm not playing into your scheme, Riot. I'm not gonna be part of the system. So what do? Exhaust, whatever the other thing was, ignite.
I think it was exhausting. I think it was exhausting. And what I have to say genuinely is that Flash itself is RP.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, making a great point there. But yeah, you know, Flash. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. I'm not dealing with it anymore. But Ornn-Kench, great lane. Try it with your friends. Try it by yourself. Tell the guy, yo, you up Kench support. He'll be like, oh yeah, I play Caitlyn.
Get that shit out of here, man.
Yeah.
How many skins does she have? 50. I keep harping on this skins thing. It's other parts too, but that's primarily it.
That's the main part. All right, we got we'll get into that whole summoner spell thing in another episode. Right now we got tier lists, right?
We do have a tier list we wanted to run. And this is a good one. IMO.
This is a great just segue.
It's just every Keystone you would need.
Yeah.
Now,
in a particular order.
I think that there's a place for all of them, definitely. But I think that some people, I think some of them are a little overrated. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Overrated.
I couldn't agree more.
Like, okay, let's start here. Guardian. What are your thoughts?
Guardian. I wish it would be used more. You know how I feel about Lux, Morgana, all these guys running around throwing things in the bot lane.
Shooting shit at you.
I'd love to see a Braum and Alistar more, because you don't see him anymore, at least not in our elo. But, yeah, no, Guardian,
Diamond,
I'd probably...
By the way.
I'd probably put it pretty low. I'd probably throw it at C tier.
I actually had Guardian in C tier as well. I think that there's a potential with the fact that it can shield you from jungle monsters, not just enemies.
It can.
So if you want to maybe run some kind of jungle support thing, there's potential for that. But
that is, I did not know that. The more you know. I'd love to give that a whirl. Who said support needs to be in the bot lane? Nope, Riot did.
Riot
really
did.
Listen to them?
And we'll get into laning later.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that right now. You get me all worked up.
Yeah.
Aftershock.
Aftershock. I like Aftershock. I think tanks are underrepresented in the meta.
Yep.
So I love pulling out an Ornn. An Alistar. Your Brahms, even though you wouldn't really run it. But I'd put that at B tier for me. I think it's a fun rune.
Yep.
Great. And
I actually had it at B tier also. This is getting kind of crazy. Now, I think that the only thing it suffers from is it's just outclassed by Grasp, which we're getting into now.
For sure.
But it's great, man. It's just like you pack a second punch basically after your initial CC burst.
You get some nice bulk, you just go in.
Speaking of Grasp,
on to the next one.
I had Grasp in S tier. I think it's awesome.
I also have Grasp and S tier on my end. Yeah, I think it's just a great rune. It's fun. Nobody likes procking more than me, and procking Grasp is, I'd say, a pretty large amount of my time in the game. It's one of my favorite hobbies.
It's one of the better aspects of League of Legends is the procking of Grasp of the Undying.
Yeah, the procking. Yeah, obviously. Okay.
Just so much health. First Strike. I have it in S tier.
First Strike, I put that in F tier.
F?
You have it in S.
I had it in S,
I have it in F.
What
I think
happened?
it is. Maybe it's just me, but I just find it useless. I think it's a useless rune for at least the people I play. Get a couple extra gold here and there. Why would you go for a little extra gold when you can go for extra health? You can go for healing in lane. It doesn't compare to Grasp for me, and honestly, I don't think it compares to anything else besides Summonary, which I also put in F.
I fucking hate Summonary. We'll get to that in a second. But it is not a resolve Keystone, so I have to make sure that you know that. It's not supposed to give you healing or shielding.
Yeah.
I think that you should keep in mind it does give you extra damage as well, not just extra gold.
Yeah. Okay.
You had it in F. I've had it in S. We'll average that out to B. I don't
love the, again, it's all about meta. What are all these, these artillery mages, these, these pokey guys, It's just, that's their rune, and maybe because I don't play them I don't like it, but I don't like it because I don't like it. Now, Nobody likes cashing checks in League of Legends more than me, and I know it does give you some gold, but for me, that just wasn't enough to get it out of F tier. So, that's really tell you how I feel.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Glacial. Glacial's weird. Glacial at B. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I also have it in B. I think it's fine. I also had it in B, right on the point there. It's fine. You know, it's nothing special. They did get a cool update, which is pretty interesting. Yep. It's fun. But, yeah, I just don't think it's as useful as some of the other ones.
I think, like, the soft CC is, like, kind of boring. Yeah. I love a Keystone, just like a hard 3-second stun.
I mean, in today's meta, soft CC just isn't enough with all these dashes, you know, these Kane jumping on top of you, these rolling around. It's just not enough.
I'm not going to bring it up again, meta. I promise, but how many skins can Kane have? Plus 10, easily.
Not enough, obviously. Not enough. I mean, if people keep buying them, they keep making them, so you guys need to hear this.
What's this one called? Something?
Which one?
The book.
Summonary?
No, the book.
Oh.
Unsealed Spellbook.
Unsealed
Obviously.
Spellbook.
Sorry.
Obviously.
Had that in S tier.
I also had that in S tier. I think it's one of the most fun. If you're looking for an off-meta game.
I actually had it as my #1 Keystone.
Yeah, I did as well, actually. It's right in front of Grasp. I think Unsealed Spellbook has tons of potential. You want to run Smite in a lane. You can smite the cannons. Maybe if you're going on an off-meta pick, doesn't have great wave clear. Smiting the cannons is a phenomenal way to just lock in 70 gold. And on top of that, you can swap it out for teleport, ignite. You just find a use for all these weird things.
It opens the door. It's just an infinite amount of
opens the book, if you will.
Yeah, nice. Phase Rush. I want to hear your thoughts first.
I like Phase Rush. I don't. I'd say I like it. It's fun. I feel like it's more for like a fighter kind of champion, which I'm always about. The Udyrs, maybe even a Singed if you're feeling frisky or something like that. Your Trundles. I think it's fun rune, and I love going fast. And I put it in A tier. I did.
I had it in C. I think it's just kind of boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see it enough. I don't see it enough. Really, I don't. It might be one of the least. Yeah. We'll average that out to B tier. I think it's whatever. I think like moving a little faster is great, but like it's in the sorcery tree, so it's like mages are running it, but then like
I
don't need them getting a dash too. Like whatever. Okay.
Yeah, we don't need any more mobility out of the true damage guys. We just don't. All about skins.
Now, what are your thoughts on Arcane Comet?
Arcane Comet. I put that in C tier.
Me too.
I don't hate it as much as Summonary. I feel like Summonary is one of the most useless ones in the game.
I'll just dump that in F.
I put it in C tier. It's got some uses. An AP Shaco, support, jungle, top, wherever you want them. Arcane Comet does give it a little extra zip in the beginning. But it just really falls off as a rune after, a couple, 5-10 minutes into the game. It's just not.
It's also just like...
it doesn't cut it.
It's such like a fuck you ability, too. You're already getting the Xerath Q from behind your own tower and max range or the Lux E, and then the little... It's horrible.
Yeah.
Summonary, we're just going to skip it. F tier, it's horrible.
Yeah, Summonary's an F, yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest.
Not the old bit.
Hail of Blades was the hardest rune. Hail of Blades and Predator were super hard for me to rank because it's like so specific to the champ you're playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I did some deliberating with that as well.
I put Hail of Blades in A tier.
Wow. I put it in C tier.
Wow.
Why don't you explain why it's an A for you?
It's funny. Just like the ability to guarantee 3 quick consecutive auto attacks. Any champ that stacks anything is instantly stacked, and I love stacking.
Yeah.
Tahm Kench specifically benefits from stacking.
Nothing like a Hail of Blades Kench. We saw that in the clips, actually. That was a Hail of Blades Kench. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I put it in C tier. You know, I don't play a lot of assassin-type champs that would maybe get use out of it, you know. Yeah, I feel like it just doesn't, yeah, it just doesn't, I don't think it compares to some of the other ones that I have above it. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate it, but, yeah, I just don't think it's got the nuts to you know, make a difference really late in the game, like some others would.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now, Electrocute. What are your thoughts?
I had that in B.
Wow. That's crazy to me. You go.
Why?
I had an S tier.
I've been a big Electrocute guy for some time now. It started when I started playing Asol. Big Electrocute, and Asol doesn't do any damage at all. I'd say Electrocute is probably 70% of his damage first 10 minutes. You know, unless you're landing Qs, but that's harder than it ever has been with your Zeds.
Tell me
your
about
talent
it. Oh.
Around your REs now. I don't know if anybody's seen those clips, but yeah, I like a good Electrocute. I think it's, you know, a nice extra punch. It does a decent amount against you know, a squishy mid laner. So yeah, I think it's pretty useful. And even towards the end of the game, you know, the damage builds up, and it's just great. The Asol was the difference for me. I couldn't play Asol without Electrocute. No,
yeah,
maybe
he's Rush. It's really good on LeBlanc also because it procs off auto attacks too. So early in the game, if you're like a mage and you don't want to waste any mana, like it's a good like ability. You can get 3 autos off. I think that it's pretty good. Yeah. It's very strong, a little boring, just like a burst of damage, whatever. But you gotta have that in the game. You need to have the baseline, I guess. So whatever. Now Predator, I think I underranked it. I put it in B tier, but I think it could be higher. What do you think?
Yeah. Sorry, which one was it? I just had a little connection issue there.
Predator.
I also had that in B tier.
Okay.
It's fun. It's good for chasing people around. I'm a big Predator Singed guy. Singed is one of the other guys that I play a lot. Level 7 Mastery Singed. Minish Cap coming for you. But yeah.
You know what's crazy?
I mean, sure, it gives you a little speed boost, but that's it. You know, it doesn't do some of the things the other ones do.
You've name dropped Singed for a Keystone in every tree so far. Which I can only surmise means that you have like 4 or 5 different rune sets for him, which is great, obviously.
Yeah, it changes, you know, it's based on how I'm feeling. You know, maybe I'm going, you know, Grasp, Unsealed Spellbook, Smite top, you know, Phase Rush, Predator. With Predator, I'd probably go with Leandries and then just build a bunch of tank items as well. But, you know, it starts at the Keystones. It really does. You got to work around what your Keystone is, really. So, that's not this segment. Talking about Singed.
Nerf Singed.
Yeah, Predator's B. Yeah, Nerf Singed.
Dark Harvest.
Dark Harvest. I had that in A.
I had an S. I think it's awesome.
You had a lot of S ones.
It was actually my biggest rank. I love so many of them.
Yeah, really top heavy.
Yeah, it was right skewed or whatever. So
left skewed doesn't matter.
I think that it should have been a bell curve. Whatever. I think that we'll average it out to. I really like it. Would you be willing to compromise and put it in S tier?
Dark Harvest?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, infinite scaling.
Spellbook can grasp. Yeah,
infinite scaling.
Love
like, come on.
I love scaling. You know, you're getting flamed by your team. Oh, fucking Singed is feeding. Why is he getting executed in their Nexus? Because you fucking scale. I said Singed again. I'll bring up somebody else.
No, keep going.
Why'd you lock in Talia top, bro? Like, this Nar's gonna beat the shit out of you. I scale. It's that simple. Very easy response.
And when you have Dark Harvest, you cannot deny the scaling.
Yeah.
It's real.
Because you do. You're not making that up.
Okay.
Scaling's great.
The last 4 is the precision tree. I think these are all good, generally speaking. I think one of them is like mid.
I have mixed feelings on all of them.
Wow, okay. I had 2 of them in S tier, so I guess that's gonna be knocked down. Let's start with fleet footwork.
Yeah, no,
I'll keep it a buck with you. I don't get it. I don't really know what it does. I never see anyone run it. I think Trinimir might run it.
I don't
maybe.
either.
It's like,
yeah,
it's whatever.
Maybe it's just like my caveman instincts. But if I don't know what it is or what it does, I don't like it.
Hate it.
I put it in C tier.
I had it in C tier as well. That's good.
Okay, we can agree on that. I don't play any champs that use that, for good reason. I'm not buying any skins, so keep it moving, Riot. What's the next?
Press the attack. I had an A, but I'll think about it because I think it is kind of like. So my theory is that Hail of Blades or Press the Attack. Like you have to choose one if you're like a stacking champ. Yeah. So basically, it's like, am I going to stack quicker or am I going to stack better? And I think that I'd rather Press the Attack, generally speaking, than Hail of Blades. But
yeah, I'd say so too.
It's predicated on a lot of various factors. So
yeah, I had a PTA. Parent Teacher Association, in B tier. That was a decent one. You know, nothing special. Not your Unsealed Spellbook, not your Grasp, you know, but it's an average rune. Got some use in the off-meta world.
These last two, I have them in S tier, but I'm willing to talk about it. Lethal Tempo, I think, is stupid. I think it's too good. Like,
yeah.
It's just... It's a stacking, scaling attack speed item. Like, how great is that? But it's not even an item. It's just a rune.
It's just Hail of Blades and PTA combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it in B tier.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever used Lethal Tempo ever. I'm not an Ash player. You know, I don't even know who uses it. Somebody does. But yeah, I put it in B tier because I know people like it. I know it's good, but is it fun? No, it's not. It's not Unsealed Spellbook fun.
I don't know. I think that it is kind of, if you're just feeling brain dead, I'm playing Trundle, and I'm gonna right click on this guy and take my hand off my keyboard and mouse for the next 15 seconds and watch him progressively hit him faster and faster until he's dead. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to realize something. I feel like my tier list is a little biased towards Keystones I could actually use on Singed. So take everything I say with a grain of salt.
I think that it sounds to me like Lethal Tempo Singed has to be workshopped. Does Attack Speed Singed have any?
We'll get the workshop. Maybe we'll get a couple clips together for the next episode with it.
Do you know if there's any Attack Speed Singed like synergy at all?
I haven't seen any content on it. The only attack speed thing I could imagine for it would be if you're running Conqueror and then build attack speed, so you could just stack the Conqueror up even faster with the poison.
Speaking of,
and the auto attack.
That was great. That was a good segue.
Conqueror, yeah, Conqueror, great segue. Why don't we hear your thoughts?
S tier. I think it's really good. I think it's a stacking, scaling item, rune, keystone, whatever. Jesus, does it heal you? Yeah. I feel like it heals you.
It does, yeah. Like
healing's always great.
You dealt or something. Yeah.
It's basically if you don't know what to run, just run Conk and you'll be fine. It's that good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I have the same feelings about it. I put it in C tier next to Fleeting Footwork.
God.
So you're gonna realize something. A lot of this experience I have with these Keystones is with Singed, just messing around, and I don't get the Conquer Singed hype. Oh,
you right?
Okay, yeah, I'm alright. Just a little sneeze. I don't get the Conquer Singed hype. Maybe because I'm not stacking it enough, but I don't think it's maybe a game-changing rune or a fight-changing rune. I don't think it's having enough impact on the game that you're in to, mean anything.
Does it have enough of a of an impact on any other champ you play for it to have a case, would you say? Or I guess not. Sounds like
Nasus.
Okay, I forgot about that. Is Nasus...
Yeah.
Conqueror Nasus is meta, right? Well...
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to use that word.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
It's whatever. All right, here's our list. I mean...
So is that the last one?
Yeah, I think this is pretty... I mean, it's pretty evenly distributed. Or, I guess, normally distributed.
Yeah, normally distributed is a good word for that.
I think that, yeah, man.
I think Singe definitely had a big impact.
Apparently the sorcery tree, like, sucks, is what I'm getting from this. Actually,
yeah,
is there a fourth one?
I don't love the sorcery
No, I
Keystones.
guess not. Yeah, I don't like any of the Keystones.
Yeah.
It's a very good, like, secondary set when you're, like, picking up the other thing.
Yeah, it's very good, yeah.
The Transcendence,
Celerity,
Water Walking, obviously, is...
Nobody likes the sorcery little ones more than me, whatever they're called. More importantly, I think we should all take a moment here for Prototype Omnistone. I was a big advocate of Prototype Omnistone Bard, Prototype Omnistone Singed, and it's a shame to see it go.
That would have actually been our, like...
I would have put it S tier.
Triple S tier. I think it's...
Yeah.
I think it was the best free in the game. It's the most off meta. Unsealed Spellbook tried to touch it.
You know why Riot took it out? Because it wasn't selling skins, people. That's why. It wasn't selling skins.
I agree. Nobody was running it.
It's a shame that it comes down to that, but it does.
No, if you pull up op.gg or whatever website you want to use before your game, and you're like, what is the most optimal root set?